To be dumb to not want to make money sitting at home. Sell it and make some money. A lot of people make a ton of money. So you're gonna make some money. I mean, if you have a banging body, you're over 18, you want to go strip. What is up? What is up? What is up, you guys? I'm back with another video, and this video is 10 side hustles that every teen and every young adult needs to know, especially if you're looking to make some extra money and extra cash during this quarantine, during COVID, which literally seems like it's never gonna end. That also means you need to be trying to figure out how to make money at home, right? Because you can't leave. I know, we need some extra cash, we need some extra dough. School isn't gonna pay itself, college is expensive, I get it. Hopefully this video will help you out with your cash needs. Because this video is dedicated to teens and young adults, I'm going to start off very young because 13 is officially teenage years, even though I was literally not doing anything when I was 13. I was counting dandelions and wondering whether the boy next to me that's eating them is actually sane, or I know I was a late bloomer. Regardless of what age you are, you can probably take some of these tips with you. I'm going to break them down in terms of age group so that it is a little bit easier. A 13-year-old is definitely going to be prioritizing different things over a 16 or 18-year-old. 13 to 16-year-olds. My first piece of advice for rolling in that dough: finding things that you're interested in this game of money. Literally everything in the entire world, unfortunately, revolves around the mooch, the money. You need to be able to find your skills and your passions in regards to this game of money. Now, I know this sounds like very daunting. If you are passionate about a certain hobby, if you're passionate about music, if you're passionate about clothes, if you're passionate about writing, any of these skills are very, very important for the future, and you definitely need to be looking for those skills. You definitely can start building your own businesses and building some little quick ways of earning cash, like things around your community and your school that you can do. Now, 16 to 18-year-olds, my fellas, I feel like this is definitely mostly tailored towards 16 and 17-year-olds because you're not legal yet, but you need to be writing down and practicing these skills that you learned when you were 13 to 16. If you are good at writing, practice. You need to be able to use that as a skill in this game. I assure you that any passion that you possibly can have is in very high demand right now, especially with COVID. Everything is virtual, everything is online. All of your passions, all of your skills can be used. I know for a fact that the way companies are employing people, the way companies are hiring people is completely different than it was a year ago. But whatever your passions are, make sure that you're practicing that as much as possible. All right, we hit the 18. My first piece of advice for you 18-year-olds, open a savings account. You need a savings account right away. I opened a savings account and a Roth IRA. Actually, whenever I was 18, I did have a form of a savings account whenever I was, I think, 16, because I started earning money when I was 16 by doing little side hustles that I'm going to teach you later on in this video. So when you're 18, open that savings account. Open a Roth IRA. So now a Roth IRA, I can go into more depth in another video, but this is a little piece of advice. It's basically a savings account, except you put your money into stocks, and that very much helps you later on. I'm not saying when you're 23, I'm saying when you're like 45, 55, 65. Those are the times when, you know, these things like savings account, Roth IRA, building up credit comes into play. Overall, having a good score for your life, which I know sounds really weird, but I'm telling you, this is literally a game. It sounds so morbid, and I don't mean it to be like that, but I'm just spitting out the cold hard truth right now. I don't know if I even said hard. Cold hard truth. I can see a huge amount of growth in my Roth IRA just in 4 years. I'm 22 and I started mine when I was 18, and it's incredible the amount of growth that you can see even in that little amount of time. Whew. All right, that was a lot of talking for literally an intro, but this is the meat, the steak and potatoes of the video. The 10 side hustles that I know each and every one of you can use and can do to earn that extra cash. Ooh. I mean, if you have a banging body, you're over 18, you want to go strip. Number 1 is daily neighborhood tasks. Now, I know this technically isn't at home. You do consider this at home because it can be very much in your neighborhood, in your community. For example, mowing lawns. If you're 14, 15, you just want to get some extra cash to buy the next Xbox, mow some lawns. You can also shovel driveways. You can also do things like babysit and pet sit, even like picking up mail, dropping, and picking up packages for maybe your older community, older neighborhood friends and family. With COVID, with everything going on, there are always little tasks that you can do. Another thing that you can do because of COVID, and this obviously entails that you probably need to have a car unless you live close to a supermarket and you can walk. This is for my people that are 15 and 16 that have permits, licenses, and are able to go to a grocery store. Licenses, not permits. You need a parent if you need to drive. Licenses. You can go and buy groceries for anybody that doesn't want to expose themselves. Now, I completely understand this is also a risk for yourself, but if you do have, you know, a 70, 80-year-old community member that's living in your neighborhood and they aren't able to go to the grocery store, you feel like, you know, you can get the grocery items very safely. You can even order from Instacart, you can order online, and you just need to go pick it up and drop it off. That's another task. You can make that into a business. You need to find these little pockets and take advantage of them. Numero dos, selling clothes second hand. These are for people that have a lot of clothes and they want to get rid of them. There are so many apps that you can find, some including eBay and Poshmark. There's also a very, very famous app called Depop, and people actually make a lot of money using Depop. All you need to do is be able to take a picture of the clothing. The people that are buying your clothes actually pay for shipping. You do have to package it and send it out, but this is something that you can do at home. No risk of exposure, nothing to go outside apart from dropping off your package. And honestly, a lot of people make a ton of money using Depop and other clothes selling apps. Number 3. You probably heard this before, but Redbubble. Actually, I have ordered items from Redbubble. I have never sold anything on Redbubble, but I feel like this is something for those of you who are very interested in design. You just have to design a very simple graphic or something that's cool that you enjoy and upload your image to Redbubble, and then they will print this out onto different products, and every time somebody buys your product, you get a commission from that. Again, low risk, very easy, can be used as, you know, another form of income. If you just want some spare cash, this is definitely a way to go. And plus, if you're good at art, I know a lot of you teenagers that love to doodle, this is definitely a way that you can earn money from doodling. You know, if you're in class, you're online, I know you ain't paying attention, you're doodling on your notebook, make a doodle and upload it to Redbubble and then sell it and make some money. That way, at least if you're not paying attention, you can earn some money from not paying attention. I mean, I don't condone not paying attention because school is number one, but still you're gonna make some money. Another way kind of similar to this is opening up an Etsy shop. If you are somebody that is very good with your hands, you love arts and crafts, you're very good at designing things, you're very good at, you know, selling homemade earrings, homemade jewelry, homemade anything. Opening up an Etsy shop is something that you can do throughout school as well as college and add this to your extra source of income. Wow, the sun is hiding behind a huge cloud right now. Hope this comes back. Okay, is it coming up? Nope. All right. Number 5 is pretty simple, tutoring. If you guys are very focused on your education, as I definitely was in school, but you do want to make some extra money, tutor kids. There are websites online like VIP Kid and other ways to tutor other people, but also just ask around. Tell your parents to, you know, ask around their friends, their family friends, other kids' parents, see if anybody needs any help and build your own tutoring service that way. That way you're studying double, but you're also earning some cash. Am I right? I did this in high school and honestly it worked out great. I was able to study and kind of go over some of the concepts that I was struggling with myself, but then I taught it to other people and I was getting like a double dose of studying. So it's something I would definitely recommend. Number 6 is freelancing. These jobs are for my folks that love to write, design things, design websites, code, any sort of skill that you feel is very valuable right now, which basically is anything. If you're really good at social media, if you're really good at writing, if you're really good at coding something, if you're really good at making web pages and designing websites, this is something that you definitely want to consider, because this can actually act as a second form of income for you even as you start to grow up. I myself am dabbling in the freelance world. You can use websites like Freelancer, Fiverr, and other freelancing websites for you guys if you are interested in this, and use your skills in the real world. Yeah. This kind of goes into 7, which is Taskrabbit. I would recommend Taskrabbit only where you feel like you don't have another option. Basically, Taskrabbit is a way for you to use your like handyman sort of experience and skills in the real world. So if somebody needs a little quick changing of something in their house, around their house, you can just hop onto Taskrabbit, say that you're qualified for this, and then go on over and build a reputation that way. Number 9 is being a delivery person. This obviously entails that you need to have your license, but like I said at the beginning of these side hustles, everybody needs deliveries now. So that means grocery deliveries, that means Uber Eats, that means any sort of restaurants that are looking to double up on deliveries because people aren't eating in restaurants anymore. These are all like high demanded workers right now that you definitely can do as a side hustle to earn some extra cash, especially if you are a teen or a young adult and you just want some extra dough, you know? Number 9 and number 10 are kind of similar, but it's to get into the social media game. Yes, I know. Everybody's talking about social media. If you're not good at social media like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you could also become a virtual assistant, which basically is the behind the scenes of all the social media. Let's say you don't like talking to a camera. Let's say you don't like dancing for TikTok. Let's say you don't like taking pictures for Instagram. You can become a virtual assistant, which basically is dealing with SEO, analytics, trends, finding patterns. If you have a very analytical brain, this is definitely something that you want to get into. It is very demanding on the market right now, but it also is something that is super trendy for Gen Z. And I know all of you guys are Gen Z. So if you do like social media, but you don't like talking to a camera, try virtual assistants. These, my friends, are 10 side hustles that you definitely need to be doing now in 2021. The world has changed and you just gotta change with it. That's literally all I can tell you. And for all of my teenagers and young adults out there, you have a full life ahead of you of doing whatever your heart desires. But right now, for the next at least 2 to 3 years, we're looking at COVID, looking at everybody, you know, sitting at home and doing everything virtually. So these are side hustles that you definitely can take advantage of while sitting at home. That's basically all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am so sorry for like the little light changes that happened throughout this video. Like I said, I can't control the sun. I wish I could, but I can't. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, because that will definitely let YouTube know to recommend this to other people that might be interested as well. So definitely help me out, and comment down below other video ideas you want me to talk about. If you want me to go more in depth in any of these side hustles or any of these financial endeavors. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go make that money. Make it rain, girl, make it rain.